Today, I'm going to tell you the story of how humans discovered farming for the very first time. It's a story that begins long before cities or writing, back when our ancestors wandered the land in search of food. But one small change in nature set everything in motion, leading us toward the world we know today.
Alex, today you're going to tell us how humans first discovered farming, right? Did humans really live by moving around for tens of thousands of years? They never thought about staying in one place?
Yes, people moved all the time because they had to follow food. When animals moved or plants ran out, they packed their things and walked to a new place. That was the basic way humans survived.
But at some point, people started to settle down. They didn't suddenly change their minds, right? What happened?
The key was climate change, especially the end of the Ice Age. The Earth became warmer and more stable. In some places, food started to grow more regularly. Nature was almost telling humans, "You can stay here. It's safe."
Oh, that's what you meant by nature's nudge, right? Nature gave humans a little push?
Exactly. Humans didn't choose to settle down on their own. Nature pushed them gently. They didn't need to move as much anymore, and staying in one place started to give them more benefits.
Did people feel comfortable with settling down? Or were they worried?
Probably both. It was nice not to move all the time, but it was also a new way of life. Still, they slowly realized something important. If we stay here, we can get more food. They also noticed that certain plants grew in the same places every year.
And that led to farming, right?
Yes, settling down made farming possible, and farming made settling down even stronger. They helped each other grow. This moment was one of the biggest turning points in human history. The age of wandering ended, and the age of settling began.
So humans watched nature change, and they understood that their own lives had to change too.
That's right. And this change became the seed for everything we now call civilization.
Even if people started to settle down, that doesn't mean they began farming right away, right? How did they even get the idea of planting seeds?
That part is really interesting. Farming didn't start as a big invention. It began from a simple accident. People dropped seeds or left some grains behind, and one day they saw those seeds grow in the same spot.
The thing we ate is growing again? Something like that?
Exactly. It started with simple curiosity, but as they watched it, people realized something important. If we plant these seeds on purpose, maybe we can get more food and get it more safely. This was the first moment humans began to control nature.
So, what were the first plants they grew? Were they like the ones we eat today?
The first important plants were wild wheat and barley. They were much smaller than today's versions, and the shells were harder. But people started choosing the plants that grew better or had bigger grains. They planted those again and again. This was the beginning of selective breeding, even if they didn't know the term.
So, humans started changing nature? They stopped just eating what they found and began making what they wanted?
That's right. This wasn't just a change in how they got food. It was a change in how humans thought. Nature was no longer something they only adapted to. It became something they could shape.
I wonder how people felt about that. Was it exciting or a little scary?
Probably both. Watching a seed grow was amazing, almost magical. But it also came with responsibility. Planting, caring for the crops, waiting for harvest, this wasn't just work. It was planning for the future. Before this, humans focused on finding food for today. Now they were thinking about food months later.
So, this was the first step toward civilization.
Yes, when humans saw that one small seed could grow into many, they realized they didn't have to depend only on nature's mood. That tiny sprout became the beginning of cities, societies, and cultures.
I understand how people started growing plants, but taming animals sounds much harder. Wild animals can be dangerous. How did humans even start doing that?
You're right. Domesticating animals was more difficult than growing plants. But humans soon learned something important. Life becomes much easier when animals help you. Sheep, goats, and cows gave humans many things. They gave meat and milk for protein, wool and leather for clothing, and most importantly, strength for work.
Strength for work? Like cows pulling the plow?
Exactly. Cows were like the first engine humans ever had. A job that took a person days could be done by one cow in a few hours. This made farming much more productive.
But why did animals stay with humans? Couldn't they just run away?
That's the key idea of coevolution. It looks like humans tamed animals, but actually, humans and animals changed together. Humans gave food and protection. Animals found that living with humans was safer and easier than living in the wild, so they chose to stay.
So both humans and animals changed? Not just humans?
Right. Domesticated animals became calmer and less aggressive. They developed traits that made them better at living with humans. For example, animals that were less afraid of people survived and had babies. Over time, they became more domestic.
So humans and animals helped each other?
Exactly. Humans got steady food and strong helpers. Animals got safety and regular food. It wasn't one side controlling the other. It was two species finding a way to survive together.
When I think about it that way, farming wasn't just about plants. It was about humans connecting with nature in a new way.
That's right. Plants, animals, and humans all influenced each other. Together they created a new kind of ecosystem. And this change soon led to the birth of civilization.
Now that people grew plants and raised animals, they didn't have to worry about food as much, right?
Yes. And from that moment, huge changes began. The biggest result of farming was extra food, meaning food that was left over.
Leftover food? Is that really such a big deal?
It is very important. In the past, people had to hunt or gather every day to eat that same day. But now, harvested grain could feed people for months or even years. Because of this, the population grew quickly. More babies could survive because there was enough food.
So small settlements grew into villages and then into cities?
All right. When people stayed in one place for a long time, they built houses, storage rooms, and better tools. And here's the important part. Not everyone needed to farm anymore.
Oh, so some people could do other jobs?
Yes, some made tools, some built houses, some led religious ceremonies, and some started keeping records. This is how specialized jobs appeared, and society became more complex.
Is this when social classes started?
Yes, the people who controlled the extra food gained power. Those who managed the grain, those who owned land, and those with religious authority slowly became the leaders. This was the beginning of social hierarchy.
What about writing? Why did writing appear?
Writing also came from farming. The first writing was not for poems or stories. It was for keeping track of grain and goods. People needed to record who brought what and how much food was left in the storage.
Wow. So farming didn't just solve the food problem. It created cities, jobs, classes, writing almost everything we call civilization.
That's right. Farming was the first technology that let humans plan for the future. And that ability created civilization.
Farming created civilization, and that sounds amazing. But the title says the double-edged sword. What does that mean?
Good question. Farming gave humans many great things, but it also came with a cost. Behind the stability we gained, there were hidden problems.
Problems like what?
First, longer working hours. Hunting and gathering was hard. but people only worked a few hours a day. Farming was different. You had to plant seeds, water them, pull weeds, harvest, and store the crops. People worked longer and harder than before.
That's surprising. I thought farming would be easier.
Many people think that, but the truth is the opposite. Another problem was poor nutrition. Hunter-gatherers ate many different foods, but farming societies depended on only a few crops like wheat and barley. Because of that, people became shorter, their bones became weaker, and diseases increased.
Wait, civilization grew, but people got sicker?
It is ironic. And one of the biggest problems was the spread of disease. People lived close together, and they lived near animals. New germs appeared and spread quickly. Cities were symbols of progress, but they were also places where sickness spread easily.
So, farming gave humans stability and growth, but also new dangers.
That's right. Farming was a choice humans made, but it wasn't a perfect choice. We gained more food and bigger societies, but we also took on more risks and more responsibilities.
So, was farming a good choice or a bad one?
That question is still debated today. But one thing is clear: farming shaped what humans would become. We changed from people who adapted to nature into people who changed nature. And that change continues today.
So, the future depends on what choices we make now.
Yes, farming opened the path, but how we walk that path is up to all of us.